భారత నౌకాదళం అధిపతి అడ్మిరల్ ఆర్కే ధోవన్ మీడియాతో సమావేశమయ్యారు. ఇప్పుడు ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారం ద్వారా చూద్దాం.
A total of about 100 ships will participate in the review. 71 of the Indian Navy, 24 of navies across the world, during which 29 navies of the world participated. We are delighted to welcome navies from about 50 countries. A total of about 100 ships will participate in the review. 71 of the Indian Navy, 24 of navies across the world, ships of the Coast Guard, the Merchant Marine, the survey ships, and our submarines. A series of activities have been planned as part of the International Fleet Review. Yesterday, we inaugurated the Maritime Exhibition by the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Chandrababu Naidu. The aim of the Maritime Exhibition was to showcase the steps and the efforts taken by the Indian Navy towards indigenization, innovation, and to display the skills of the youth of our country. The blueprint of the future Indian Navy is firmly anchored on self-reliance and indigenization. Currently, we have 46 ships and submarines under construction, all of them in Indian shipyards, both public and private. A lot of effort has been taken by us to indigenize in the float, the boom, as well as the white component. We have outlined the science and technology roadmap in coordination with the Defence Research and Development Organization. We have articulated an indigenization plan for the next 15 years and shared it with the industry. It is our endeavor to progressively increase the indigenous content so that future warships and submarines can be 100% made in India. A visit to the Maritime Exhibition will give you some insights on the efforts taken by the Navy, indeed by our industry, some technical institutions. We also tried to display the efforts taken by the Navy towards our green initiatives, towards a clean and a green Navy. We're looking at alternate aspects of biofuels, something that we need to learn from some of the advanced navies, the United States of America, which is far, far ahead in this field. In our own humble way, tomorrow at the Fleet Review, you will see some of our FICs, advanced interceptor craft, operating on green fuel. This is our first effort in that regard. The Honorable President of India embarked on what is traditionally called the presidential yacht, which is one of our offshore patrol vessels, and we will take all of you out to sea where the Honorable President will take a salute as he goes past the columns which are lined up at the review anchorage. I had the opportunity to go to sea yesterday, and all your ships are looking very, very smart indeed. And we look forward to the opportunity to showcase some aspects of our maritime capabilities, because participation of our aircraft, there will be a fly past, we will have some helibatics, we will also have out at sea a parade of sails. All our yachtsmen, as many as we managed to muster, in nearly 50 boats will be out at sea.
because the Navy has taken great strides to promote yachting and sailing in this country since I also head as the President of the Yachting Association of India. A lot of effort has been made to improve and enhance the grassroots level yachting, and you will see some of that as part of our parade of sails. Two of our sail training ships, Sudarshani and Tarangini, will also be there, manned by the cadets. Tarangini, as you know, has recently returned after visiting 17 ports and 13 countries in various parts of Europe, where she took part in various tall races. And this was an ideal opportunity for our cadets to get their sea legs as they encountered some of the worst weathers in various seas that they operated in. We will also have INS Madhai, our sailing vessel, and this tomorrow, as you will see, will be manned by our women officers, whom are training to be the first Indian women crew to circumnavigate the earth. Madhai is currently under the skipper of Commander Dhowan, who has already done this feat some years ago, and now the women officers are being trained to carry out this great act in a few years from now. We will also have our marine commandos who will be out at sea. We will have the mobile columns of ships as well as submarines. As I mentioned, we will have our green force, as we call them, the FICs, which are now operating on some percentage of biofuels. We will also have the other activities which are related to the seminar on partnerships for a secure maritime future. As you all know, the seas around us are gaining newfound importance as each day goes by because of their linkages with the blue economy. And I have no doubt that the current century is the century of the seas. Global maritime partnerships and networking among navies are therefore emerging as the new order in the 21st century. And therefore, the safety, stability, and security of the global commons is the shared responsibility of the coastal states, and this responsibility falls on the shoulders of men in white uniform, because the navies and the coast guards need to keep the seas safe and secure, and this can best be achieved through a cooperative and a collaborative approach. And this will be the theme of our seminar, which will be inaugurated by the Honorable Defence Minister, Shri Manohar Parrikar, who will be present here as well. We will have the other activities related to the operational demonstration, which will be there on the 7th, where Ramakrishna Beach, which you can all see, will come alive, and the Navy will demonstrate various aspects of its operational capabilities, where the Honorable Prime Minister and the other dignitaries will be the chief guest for the occasion. India is a maritime nation with a natural outflow towards the seas, and the Indian seaboard has been the vortex of intense maritime activity over centuries. The Indian Navy has tried to put India's glorious maritime heritage spanning over 5,000 years into a book that we have titled India's Maritime Heritage. This book will cover various aspects of our seafaring traditions, the culture, aspects of our shipbuilding, aspects of our ports and harbors, and taking us down to India as a resurgent maritime nation that it is today. This book on India's maritime heritage will be released by the Honorable Prime Minister of India during the city parade. This book is being brought out both in English as well as Hindi, and it will also have an e-version where a free download of the book will be available to all. The aim is to project and make our great country aware of our rich maritime heritage which spans over centuries. We will have the International City Parade, where we look forward to the participation of all our guests, and we will have contingents from navies across the world. This again would be a feature to see the rich cultures and traditions from different parts of the world being displayed on the beach road at Ramakrishna Beach, where the Honorable Prime Minister will be the chief guest, and of course followed by an air display and aspects related to fireworks and illumination. We will have an aspect where we will have the closing ceremony, which has been planned on the 8th of February, where we will also have an international band concert. And again, the navies and the sailors and officers will all be together to display the aspect related to strengthening of bridges of friendship. As we sail out, or as ships of Navy sail out, we will have the opportunity for passage exercises where the crews of various ships will have the opportunity to display their professional skills, and this would increase our aspects of mutual cooperation and interoperability. Visakhapatnam is truly the city of destiny. I say this because 15 months ago, this city was hit by a super cyclone Hudud. When I visited the command, it appeared like a devastation zone. Everything was virtually destroyed. The Navy base alone, we lost 50,000 trees. And we looked at various aspects, but then, as I said, the word impossible does not exist in the dictionary of the personnel of the Eastern Naval Command, which rose to the occasion. The entire naval community stood up and restored the Eastern Naval Command to its pristine glory. Here I must also thank the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh and the people of Visakhapatnam, who have shown some great spirit in making Visakhapatnam one of the most beautiful locations for the International Fleet Review. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome all of you for the International Fleet Review, and we look forward to greater interactions in the series of activities that are planned in the days ahead. Thank you.
Okay, gentlemen, we will have a quick interaction session, and you have to introduce yourself. This is for the media. Your name, media organization. Restrict your question to one only. Mr. Bana. Can't hear.
Louder.
Thanks very much, Admiral.
Just keep it away, sir.
Yes. Fine. I just wanted to ask you whether you can give us a sense of the preparations which went into holding an event of this sort. Who decides on the venue? Who decides on the timing of this? And my second question is, what is the progress on the P-75I?
Okay.
Sorry.
A very good question as to what are the preparations that go along it to organize an event of this scale. I've been asked this question many times, is how do you propose to handle this huge mega event? How can it be made possible? I said that the only way it can be made possible is when the entire naval community, officers, sailors, civilians, families, both serving and retired, play host to this event. And that is exactly why we are where we are, because every single individual in the Navy has worked together, pulled on the oars together, and got us where we are, especially, as I said, 15 months ago when we were in a dire straits after Hudud. I must also commend the command, the Commander-in-Chief, his entire team. We had a team working at Naval Headquarters under the Flag Officer Fleet Review, and I think the best part was that every everyone worked in synergy. We must also thank the Government of India, the Defence Minister, the Honourable Prime Minister, the Honourable President, who gave their wholehearted support, because what I took forward to them was only a proposal. And I think I got the full support from them for the conduct of the review at the scale it is. We got all the necessary approvals, and I think it's been a collective effort. What goes on into conducting an event of this size is huge activity, because it is attention to detail, both micro and macro. But as I said, the way we've achieved it is by collective and a cooperative effort with the people of Visakhapatnam, with the local administration, with the state administration, with the entire government machinery. Large number of ministries are involved, whether it's Ministry of Civil Aviation, Ministry of Shipping. We got a great cooperation from the Visakhapatnam Port Trust. We had aspects related to our cultural ministry, the Ministry of Post and Telegraphs. So there are many agencies. But I think the reason, and we're looking forward, we've done all the preparations, let's see how it goes. But it's all been possible because of the collective effort of all. You asked about the 75 India. Well, as you're aware, this is at an advanced stage where the decision is with the government. All the preparatory actions with regard of construction of 6 additional submarines in India. That is what 75 India is going to be. But the aspects of the final decision is with the government, and we look forward to some decision on that very shortly.
Pranay.
Admiral Dhowan, this is Pranay Padhai from IBM 7. My question is regarding at the time when international waters are simmering with the tensions in South China Sea, in Persian Gulf and other areas, what message this event hosted by India gives to the international community, and is it a direct message that in the global commons it is the collective responsibility to hold the maritime security and reduce the tensions?
Well, I would like to say that the security, stability and safety in the global commons is the collective responsibility of coastal states and indeed the navies of the world. No single navy is robust enough to carry out or provide safety and security of the global commons on its own. Therefore, the maritime medium lends itself to cooperation. And this is where it is the responsibilities of the men in white uniform, the navies and the Coast Guard, to come up with cooperative mechanisms so that we can provide that safety, security and stability. That is why there is a focus on aspects of